First of all, thank you everyone for joining today's webinar, Automate Jira Reporting, Create Stunning Presentations with Zero Clicks. So today's mission is going to be how we can escape the Jira reporting black hole. I'm Anu, Customer Success Manager at Amoeboids Technologies, and welcome product heroes. So when you look at this comic, you would most of you would be able to relate, or you would understand, you will feel that you generally oftenly find yourself in the situation where sprints are over, releases are out, dev team is already celebrating the moment, but you cannot join them because you are already stuck with spreadsheets, PowerPoint slides, formatting issues, Jira tickets. And to add to that, there is a constant chase by others which says, where's the report, right? But then in this situation, I must say that you don't need another reporting tool, rather you need escape velocity. And here is the escape plan for you. So this is the today's agenda. I'm going to introduce you to automated release notes and reports app. We also call it as ARNR. Then we will talk about some pain points when it comes to manual reporting. Then feature highlights of ARNR app, followed by live demo about the PowerPoint presentations. We will also talk about some success stories, what's coming next in ARNR, and then live Q&A session. So let's begin. So before we go ahead, we should really pause and ask a real question. Why are we still doing this manually? Why we are creating these reports or release notes manually? We are in 2025, but when it comes to creating your reports, sometimes it feels we are stuck in early 2000, where people are doing copy pasting from Jira to PowerPoint slides. They are reading long descriptions in the Jira issues and trying to generate short summaries from those Jira issues descriptions. They are using multiple tools to generate these reports and release notes in multiple formats. And after doing all of this hassle, I bet you that they sometime most of the times they don't get the expected output. Rather, they are stuck with they face the human errors, delays in delivering these reports, stakeholder frustration because they are not able to get the expected output or the understandable release notes and reports that they expect, as the different types of stakeholders like investors would require a different kind of content, whereas your internal teams would need altogether a different type of content which has a technical touch, right? So when you look at these two images on my slide, on the left side, there is a Jira issue dump, which doesn't really give a clear idea what exactly these issues are about for every stakeholder. Whereas when you look at the right side, it provides you a clean stakeholder report. Doesn't matter whether I'm a tech person or not. When I read this right hand side clean stakeholder report, I understand what exactly is there in that issue, right? And that's what we want to achieve. So as the anonymous PM said, it takes us longer to make reports than to ship features. So we just want to solve this issue, solve this biggest problem for release managers, technical writers, product managers, and so on. So here comes your reporting copilot, automated release notes and reports, which will help you to build your stunning presentations, beautiful presentation, just within a few clicks. So doesn't matter whether it is your release report or release notes, for that matter, or any stakeholder update. ARNR is going to auto-generate these PowerPoint presentations so you can present them, and rather than spending your time in formatting these presentations, you spend your time on presenting value. This also works with Jira software and Jira Service Management for both cloud and DC versions of Jira. It is fully customizable with templates, rules, triggers, and actions, which will give you complete control, speed, and flexibility when you are generating these release notes or when you are working on your different reports in terms of PowerPoint presentations. What makes this possible within ARNR? So there are four building blocks: templates, AI generator, rules, and then logs. So templates is something where you can fully customize your release notes designs. And you can also control what goes in your reports or what goes in your release notes with the help of GQLs. You can include stats within your PowerPoint presentations. And of course, you can design your PowerPoint slide layouts, the existing layouts that you have thought about. You can just include all of this with the help of templates. Then there comes AI generator, which can generate summaries for you out of the long descriptions that are there in your Jira issue description. Because generally these Jira issue descriptions are meant for your dev team, QAs, and so on. They are more technical in manner. But then when you want to generate these release notes for different type of stakeholders, AI will take care of that. No more copywriting, no more hassle of reading those long descriptions and understanding the exact issue that went live or is going live. Then there is a rules engine where you can use the triggers and actions to automate your in all the templates that you have designed or the content that you have created using the AI generator. So set and forget kind of option this is, where you can just configure your templates, set the proper triggers based on what you want to, how you want to automate the process, whether it is you want to create some reports when you create a version or release a version, whether you want to create this report when you start the sprint or complete the sprint, or even if you want to generate these report at a specific cadence. Triggers will take care of all these things. And there is a logs tab to ensure the complete visibility for the rules that you have set. So you will always want to take care or keep a watch on whether these rules are being executed well or not. So logs tab will do that for you. Yeah. So this is all in all in terms of the feature set or the crux of ARNR app that will help you to create these beautiful presentations. So let's dive into the quick demo where I'll be showcasing how exactly this will work for you. So I'm navigating. Okay. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. So it seems, yeah, it is here. So this is the templates tab within ARNR app, and I'm going to open one of the pre-created a PowerPoint template here. So I won't be explaining each of the field because these are self-explanatory. The main part here is JQL sections and the stats. So when I click on this existing JQL section here, you would notice that you have to put a JQL that will, based on what kind of issues you want to bring. In this case, I'm looking for some issues that are of story type from a specific sprint. So I have added these ARNR variables, which is project ID, sprint ID, which will be dynamically replaced when I provide the input of a specific sprint here. Then we navigate to the fields. So in this case, fields are actually the data points that you want to showcase within your PowerPoint presentation. You want to showcase what is the priority, what is the key, what's the summary of the issue, who has reported it, what was the estimated time, and so on. So you can pick any field here based on what kind of report you are generating. And then the available variables. So if you look at these variables, these are actually your fields. So you can call them as field variables. Do keep a note of this, because when we move on to the PowerPoint template, we will have to, I'll be referring to these variables. So these are the field variables. You can see here again, I have the priority, key, summary, reporter, and so on, right? So you add all of this in the JQL section. Then there is another JQL section which is meant for bugs. So everything else is same. It's just that the type of the issue is different here. Then we have stats counts, which is another macro, which will again have this JQL, and you want to bring the count, like how many stories are there in the given sprint from the given project, right? So that's all about the counts here. So it will bring you the number of issues. Then Once you have built this entire template, you have to upload a PPT here, right? So in case of PPT, if you notice here, there are some pre-created templates for different use cases, of course. Or if you build your own template because you want to create your, you want to give your own theme to the PPT, or you want to design what goes where, you want to design what kind of fields you want to add. So based on that, you can create your own PPT as well. For the sample, you can download and download the default one just to look at the sample of the PPT template that you want to build. Or, and once you are done with that, you just upload it here and save that template. When I preview this, so before actually previewing, let's go to the actual PPT that I have uploaded in this template. So beginning from this here, so I'll just do a slideshow. So this is the first page or the title page of our PPT where I have used some ARNR variables, right? So these are sprint name or current date. These are the ARNR variables. These are different from what we saw in terms of fields that I will talk about it in a bit. And then this is the table of contents. Then this is the version overview. So this is from the perspective of creating or the creating a report or making it presentable. So you just don't want to jump into direct issue details. You actually want to create a proper reports, and then from that perspective you have added this version overview, where again we have used these different types of ARNR variables: start, sprint name, start date, sprint end date, etc. Then there is a variable which is sprint goal. So if you have mentioned your sprint goal in Jira, that will be fetched here. Then this is just another slide for the presentation perspective. This is the important part. Now on this slide, we have added just the JQL section start, which is basically a placeholder slide to bring your JQL, whatever data you want to fetch from the JQLs that you have added in the native template that we saw. To bring that data, we have this placeholder slide, which is JQL section start. Then here we have these variables. So again, you see here, these are the field variables that we saw in the available variables tab of the JQL section. So these are basically the fields that are working as data points for you for each of the issue that you are going to fetch here. So at the top, we will get the summary field. Then we have key, reporter, the same fields that I had selected in the fields tab of the JQL section. Then there is a JQL section end, which means this section ends here. And then again, new section starts. So again, this is just a presentation purpose slide, but then this is another placeholder, which is for the second JQL section related to bugs, which to fetch the data for the bugs related section here. I have purposely added this background change in this slide just to ensure when we see the output, we are able to differentiate between two different JQL sections, right? And then JQL section start. So what happens is this slide is for one Jira issue. So on each slide, you will get the data points of one Jira issue. And then these slides will be repeated for each of the JQL, each of the Jira issue that is added to the slide. So on this slide, we will be able to see, okay, issue key 1, 2, 3, and then that Jira issue related information or the summary of that particular issue and its data points. So in this way, for each issue, the slide, this same slide will be repeated. Now again, section end here. And these are again from the presentation perspective, some more slides are added like tentative development testing schedule, where we can use these ARNR variables again, and then the conclusion. So that's how the entire slide works. If you need it, you can also add the branding as well. Even if you see in the headers, I have added the sprint name, which will again will be replaced with the provided sprint there. So let's just preview the template. So I have added this same PPT in this particular template, and I'm going to preview it. I'm going to provide an input here of a sprint. So this is one of the sprints that I want to include here. and I'm going to click on preview. In few minutes, sorry, in couple of seconds possibly, it will generate this file. It completely depends on how many Jira issues you have, what kind of images and data you have added, and so on. And this is generated. And I'm going to open this output file now. So the earlier that we saw was the template file. This is an output file. So you can see the sprint name and the other ARNR variables are already replaced here with the actual values. We have this TOC, or rather I should do a slideshow once again. And you can see that possibly the start date and planned sprint date was not added to the sprint that I have fetched. That's why this remained empty. But then available number of issues and bugs is printed here, right? So that we had 4 issues and 2 bugs in the sprint that we had selected. Then sprint goal. Okay, so last minute I had made some changes, so I could not bring, but I can show you another PPT as well if needed. And then we have this here. So as you can see, the JQL section start and JQL section end, those two slides are now removed, and we have directly jumped on to the actual output of the Jira issue. Now this is first Jira issue, which has the key all v12, and it has summary, it has a reporter, and we can see the priority and the estimated efforts as well. Same way, we are just going further with each of the issues. Now we are currently looking at the stories, and now there is the bugs. Now you can see the color was changed in my actual template, the PPT template. Now same slides are coming up here for the bugs. So 4 stories are done. Now we have 2 bugs here, and then we come back to the later part, which is um, related to the dates and dates, etc. So let me just quickly jump on to one more slide here from my downloads. Yeah. Okay, not this one. Okay. So yeah, so that was all about how exactly ARNR is going to run this. So this was just the manual setup, right? Because I just ran this template, previewed this template manually, and we saw the PowerPoint presentation there. But when you want to automate this, then of course rules come in picture, rules, actions, triggers come in picture, where you can see that in this rule, I have added this particular email action. And within this email action, I have added this attachment of PowerPoint, MS PowerPoint, where I have selected the same template that we have previewed, right? And in the action, you can see this is the sprint completed trigger here. So as soon as you mark any sprint as started, this rule will trigger, and it will provide you that output PowerPoint presentation with an email attachment. So that's how you can just complete this entire flow of automating your presentations within ARNR, and just be carefree about creating these all presentations manually. It will just, ARNR will just cover up it for you. Now going back to our actual slide presentation. Yeah. So that was the live demo and ARNR in action in terms of PowerPoint presentation. Of course, there are other lot of types of templates like email templates, PDF templates, Confluence, and so on. So the same workflow, sorry, works for all of these types of templates. Now let's talk about some real teams and real results. So agile teams, when they are used, so this is from our actual users. So there are a lot of agile teams who are using ARNR for automating their release notes and reports, and they find that 10 plus hours are saved because they are automating this entire process through ARNR app, and they are able to focus more on the relevant factors in terms of their project management or the products that they are working on, instead of just copy pasting these release notes, formatting them, and creating these reports out of Jira. Then when it comes to industry like healthcare tech, for them it is very important to make sure that all the compliances are actually ticked, right? They are not missing a bit of whatever releases they are doing. They are just doing the proper communication with their stakeholders, because it is very important in healthcare tech industry. So there are a few customers who are from this industry, and they are using ARNR, and it definitely helps them to follow all the compliances that they have and make sure their communication is well with their major stakeholders. And there are some enterprise customers who are using ARNR at different locations over the globe for their organizations. And they have like hundreds of projects within Jira for different across different regions. And reporting is finally under their control. They are able to save hours of time for each of the product managers, each of the technical writers that they have, instead of just juggling between these different hassles of manual reporting and manual release notes creation. So this is about the success stories of ARNR. And now let's move on to what's coming up next. So we don't want to stop just here. We want to bring a lot of new things in ARNR. We want to serve a lot of use cases that are already for the existing customers, and of course for the new ones, to have them ready. So currently we are able to there are different types of templates, but soon we are going to bring AI generated video release notes. So the way you can create Confluence PDF related PDF kind of release notes and reports, you will instantly be able to generate the video release notes. We are also working on some PowerPoint presentation enhancements, like image support in the PowerPoint presentations, wiki renderer field support in the PowerPoint presentation. And as you saw, currently we can only bring one issue on one slide. We are working on some enhancements where you can bring the list of multiple issues on just one slide and design it all together in a different way. So yeah, that's all from my side. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm just quickly going to stop the screen sharing. Any question, Charles, Vaishnav, Sarah? I see a couple of more participants there.
Hi Anu. So I use ARNR tool right now
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
to create release notes. So I wanted to know if there's some way to sort or filter. Like I've created a page. Then after creating a page, is there a way to sort of filter based on certain product category or something like that?
Okay, so do you mean to say that the output that you are currently getting should be sorted in a certain order or based
Yeah.
on maybe projects? Yeah, definitely. So that can be handled right within the JQL itself. So you can use the order by clause that is already there in the Jira. You can put that in your JQL, and then you will get the output of those issues in your release notes based on the order that you have added in the JQL.
Okay.
The
But
grouping
like
feature,
if sorry.
the grouping feature is helpful too. I found that Anu helped me with that on a ticket previously, and the grouping helped categorize a lot of our stuff into
Yeah.
sections. That was helpful.
Yes, Charles, right. Yeah. So basically, Varsha, Charles is also ARNR user. So basically, he is also talking about the group by feature. So when you say since you mentioned order, I talked about that clause, but if at all, it is about the grouping your Jira issues by project. So, for example, you are bringing release notes from your cross project screen for three different projects in one Confluence page, for that matter. Then, in that case, if you're saying that you want to group all these feature issues by each of the project that you are bringing, then in that case, you can use the group by feature.
Okay. So
Where
I currently do order it based on a component, but
okay,
if there's an assignee they want to we have a lot of information on the page that goes in, but like if say if you as a user are using that page and you just want to use a specific view, let me put it like that. If Charles is seeing and if he wants to sort the output page, he can able to sort based on his issues. And if you are viewing the page, you can sort it based on that. I mean, the component or the group by according to the product, I get that. But other than that, is there any user specific thing that we can do on the output page?
so at the moment on the output page, I don't think that is possible. Maybe Shruti, Sujit, you may want to add up to this. But once the issues are published on the Confluence page, ARNR part will end there once the release notes are published. When it comes
Mhm.
to, so whatever output you want should be handled within the
Within the
ARNR
JQ.
templates itself. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Got it.
Uh,
Got it.
One
Yes.
input here. Varsha, are you using Confluence as an output here? Are we talking about Confluence
Yes.
here?
Yes.
So in that case, you may try Jira issue filter macro instead of the JQL section macro. Uh, it basically publishes the output in terms of Jira issue filter macro. And I believe Jira issue filter macro has inbuilt ability to sort issues by a certain column. You may try that. I'm not completely 100% sure here, but you may give it a try.
Yeah. Sure. So yeah, as Anu and Charles were talking about, we already do sort it through JQL. But yeah, any viewer specific thing that we can do on the output page, that was my question. But yeah, I'll definitely look into it if we can do it some other way as well. Thanks,
Yeah,
Sujit,
so
for your input.
like Sujit mentioned, you may want to explore the Jira issue filter part. If that also doesn't solve your issue, or even if you want to discuss that, we can definitely meet, anytime after this webinar once you have tried the Jira issue filter.
Okay, it sounds good. So there's also one thing that I've noticed. There's like new action kind of a thing that's going on within the ARNR. And I've tried it and it kind of helps with sorting in alphabetical order. But yeah, that helps to a certain extent. So that was useful. I just wanted to tell you that.
Okay, glad to know that. Means, so it's about the Confluence action, new Confluence action you're talking about.
Yes, there's a new conference action.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that helps with a little bit more features, but not much.
Yeah, definitely. Means in terms of whatever output you are trying to bring on Confluence pages, if you think there is something that you want to suggest us or you have any queries, like I said, we can definitely separately set up a call. I would like to know more about your use cases and help you with some best practices there.
Sure,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions from other participants? Okay, so I take that as no. Thank you everyone for joining this webinar. I hope it was useful from the PowerPoint presentation perspective, and it will help you bring mm, presentation, report presentation as well. And yeah, that's all from my side for today's webinar. Thank you. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Varsha.
Thanks, Anu. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you all.